Good morning, Elsa and Liam. I said Liam. It's Liam. Teddy just woke up and he said, Grandma, can you read me a story this morning because it's World Book Day? And Grandma said, Of course I will. And what character shall I dress as? Well, I found the witch's hat. So I think I'll be Wanda the Witch. Do you think that's a good name? Anyway, I found a book and I think it's one that you like because Teddy likes it. And look, Teddy has found a new friend, Puppy. Say hello to Liam and Elsa.
Hello, Liam. Hello, Elsa. I hope you had a good sleep. Now I'm going to sit back and listen to the story Grandma's going to read for me.
This is the story. It's called Mr. Bump Loses His Memory. Ooh, I wonder how that happened. Mr. Bump is the sort of person who's always having accidents. Can you see what he did there? He had some eggs and he was putting salt on and all the top came off. Dear, oh dear, now he can't eat them. It would be too salty. Small accidents. When he's on his small ladder, look Teddy, he broke the window. Medium-sized accidents. He broke another window higher up. And big accidents. Lots and lots of accidents. He knocked the top off the chimney. One day, Mr. Bump got out of bed, or rather, he fell out of bed as he did every morning. He drew back the curtains and opened the window. It was a beautiful day. He leant on the windowsill and breathed in deeply and fell out of the window. Luckily, it's on the ground floor. Bump! Mr. Bump sat up and rubbed his head. And as he rubbed, it dawned on him that he had no idea where he was. He had no idea whose garden he was sitting in. He had no idea whose house he was sitting in front of. And he had no idea who he was. Because Mr. Bump had lost his memory. Poor Mr. Bump. Ooh, bet that was sore. Mr. Bump walked up to his garden gate and looked down the lane. Mr. Muddle was passing by. Good afternoon, said Mr. Muddle. As you and I know, it was morning. But Mr. Muddle, not surprisingly, always gets things in a muddle. I seem to have lost my memory, said Mr. Bump. Do you know what my name is? You're Mr. Careful, said Mr. Muddle. Thank you, said Mr. Bump. Can you see Mr. Muddle with his red hat and his green face? Mr. Bump went into town. The first person he met was Mrs. Packet, the grocer, carrying an armful of groceries. Hello, said Mr. Bump. I'm Mr. Careful. Can I help? Just the person. I need someone careful to deliver those eggs. There she is. All those eggs she's going to take to the shop. Oh dear. I'm just a little bit worried. Mr. Bump took the eggs from Mrs. Packet and set off down the high street. And because he was Mr. Bump, he slipped and fell on the eggs, breaking all of them. "You're not all that careful, are you?" said Mrs. Packet. "Sorry," said Mr. Bump. See the eggs flying everywhere. They probably hit some people who were passing by as well. He walked on past the dairy. Mr. Bottle, the manager, came out. "I'm looking for someone to drive the milk float," he said. "What's your name?" "Mr. Careful," replied Mr. Bump. "Perfect," said Mr. Bottle. "I need someone careful to do the milk round, 'cause that's a dairy, and the dairy looks after the milk and prepares it to go into the shops and round to the people." There's the dairyman. What would Mr. Bottle? 'Cause sometimes milk comes in bottles. Mr. Bump set off down the road. As he rounded the corner, he hit the curb and the milk float turned over, smashing all the milk bottles. "Well, that wasn't very carefully done, was it?" said Mr. Bottle. "Sorry," said Mr. Bump. Oh no. Do you see? There's a big crack. Then he met Mr. Brush, the painter, who was up a ladder painting. "Hello," said Mr. Bump. "I'm Mr. Careful. Do you need a hand?" "Yes, please," replied Mr. Brush. "I need someone careful to pass me that paint pot." Uh-oh. There's the painter. Mr. Bump began to climb the ladder, and being Mr. Bump, he fell off, and the bottle of paint landed on his head. Oh dear. Mr. Bump went for a walk. "I don't understand it," he said to himself. "My name is Mr. Careful, but I can't do anything carefully." "Sit up, doggy. Come on, puppy. You all right? You were falling over." It was then that he walked into a tree. Bump! And bumped his head. Oh! Crash, bang, wallop. I wonder what might happen next. See, when he bumped his head, he lost his memory. Now he's bumped it again. Let's see, let's turn the page. An apple fell out of the tree into his hand. "That's odd," he said to himself. "How did I get here? The last thing I remember is opening my bedroom window. And where did all this paint come from?" You know, don't you? Just at that moment, Farmer Fields turned up. "Careful," he called. There's Farmer Field, and there's the apple tree. "That sounds familiar," said Mr. Bump, and fell down the bank into the river. Now, I hope that river is not too deep, because I'm not sure if Mr. Bump can swim. He might need a boat. Do you know any songs about a boat and rowing on a river? Yes? Shall we sing it? "Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a crocodile, be careful not to scream." That's the end. Did you enjoy that story? I hope you did. Have a great day, Liam and Elsa, and happy World Book Day. Bye-bye from Grandma Mary.